This is the local and national news from Fabulous 103 FM, and it would be fabulous if you subscribed. It's easy. Click the subscribe button, and at the same time, click the like button too. 6 people have been formally charged with involvement in the death of a model who drowned after falling from a party boat on the Bangkok River back in February. Following exhaustive police and forensic operations egged on by the dead woman's mother, they've now been charged with causing death through recklessness, lying in police statements, operating a boat without a licence, divesting themselves of evidence thrown into the river, and the consumption of drugs. All have been bailed pending further court hearings. Aeroflot, the Russian carrier, with plenty of planes but not so many destinations currently, is to resume flights to Phuket. Previously, the airline saw many flights globally grounded, as in many cases countries banned Russian planes en masse from their airspace. The reopening of flights here could see the better off of Russia's population taking a chance on a holiday and provide an easy go-home option for Russians who've been stuck here in Thailand since the beginning of the year. More lanes on the Rama 2 road in Bangkok have been temporarily closed this week following the discovery of dangerously hanging concrete segments on other bridges that cross the tollway. The weekend saw 2 people die as one bridge partially collapsed onto traffic, and repairs there are expected to be completed this week. The new lane closures are due to concrete slabs which appear to be hanging by luck from another crossing and are believed to have been loosened by a high vehicle passing underneath. Meanwhile at home, and a con man who sold the dream but without the steam in Pattaya has finally got his comeuppance in the UK. But it is too late for investors who coughed up money here in the city. David Ames, once a bankrupt window seller, sold the dream here to hundreds of expats via his Harlequin property company. That was selling condos off plan, which in many cases never saw even a single brick laid. In the UK, Ames left his £2 million luxury Essex home to attend court, where he was finally charged and found guilty of abuse of position, an odd legal term in the UK that relates to the fraudulent use of a limited company. It's estimated that he earned over £6 million from selling 9,000 units in St Lucia, where only 200 were ever built. Here, he escaped justice, and hundreds lost their savings in projects that he touted to tourists and expats before disappearing into the ether. This in a week that has seen investors in another much larger property investment group, New Nordic, waiting to hear how they plan to play their cards after an application for a protection from bankruptcy was rejected by Thai courts. Off-plan buying and buying property without a deed is an extremely dangerous choice nowadays, and it's recommended that despite what salesmen may tell you, you should invest a few thousand baht via a reputable lawyer who can provide you with a full and guaranteed due diligence report on any property built or unbuilt. Magna Carta, as one, will supply you with a written report with their assurance attached. Without it, you simply have no idea of any encumbrances attached to any property. David Ames faces sentencing in Southwark Crown Court very soon. Once again, expats are being warned to ignore begging messages on Facebook from a virtual friend called Paul. Following our report last week that he's scammed numerous people out of small loans promising repayment within days and seen one elderly widow relieved of 10,000 baht. Paul, with a last name beginning with S or G or C, he has a selection of last names, has told his virtual friends that it's all lies, but there's an awful lot of evidence to back up and prove that it's the truth. He then posted that he was leaving Thailand and at one time offered to sell his possessions, a TV, a laptop and a pool cue, before removing those posts from his own page. And he's continuing to send out the scam messages. His usual MO is to block anyone who denies him a loan and ignore those who do. But it's reported that a group of over 25 disgruntled expats plan to report his fraud to police and immigration police, who of course handle visas and deportations. Good news on the Jomtien seafront, as this week sees vendors allowed again to sell food and any kind of wares, albeit not along the promenade itself, which had previously seen congestion. But as promised, local authorities have allocated large spaces on Soi 16, adjacent to the frontage road, where many have already set up stalls from 5 until 11 every night. And with the Met Office promising another overcast day with rain, highs today of 29 dropping down to 26. Local and national news today from Fabulous 103 FM and Fabulous Pattaya Media Group. And to get a notification every time we release another bulletin or program, like and subscribe to our channel, Fabulous Pattaya Media Group, by using the link below.